Hi guys, we're going to be doing an unboxing today from Ike Queen. If you guys don't know who Ike Queen is, I'll leave a link to his channel right down here in the description below. Do me a favor guys, he's a really nice guy, and after you see what he's given me today, you'll understand. He's only got like 62 subscribers, and he don't got a lot of videos, but he flies FPV, and he's a little older than me, but he's a nice guy. And go help him out. Go subscribe to him. I mean, 62 subscribers. I mean, and helping people like he did me. Holy moly, guys! You need to go. You need to go get his numbers way up. I mean, way up. Do that favor for me, please. But I want to tell you the little story of how this. First of all, this is going to be the biggest unboxing this channel has ever seen. It's just blowed my mind. This is a dream come true for me, and I want to kind of give you the backstory of how this happened. About a month ago, a little over a month ago, Ike became one of my Patreons. He had seen my video on the Tanq where I had made the feet and the arms guards and stuff, and I told anybody if they wanted them to contact me by email, and I would send them the files. So he contacted me, and I sent him the files, and then he became a Patreon of mine. And so then he contacted me back, and he asked me, he said, "Brother, I seen you was needing some stuff. What do you need exactly?" I said, "Shoot, brother, I don't know." I said, "I don't want you buying nothing new for me." I said, "But if you got some used stuff, I could use it." I said, "But I don't really want you to just give it to me. I like to do work. Like if you got something for me to work on, quads or whatnot, you know, I'll work for the parts." So he said, okay. He contacted me back, and he said, "I got several quads that need work and a couple of them that need built." He said, "So I got this and this and this." He said, "Do you want to trade?" I said, "Sure. Sounds good." Well, 2 or 3 days rolled on there, and every day we talked by email over and over several times a day. And every time I'd talk to him, he'd add 2 or 3 more things to the box. I told him, I said, "Brother, you got to quit now." I said, you ain't going to have nothing left for you to fly, for you to do anything with. So, anyway, and I kept waiting on him to send the list of the things he wanted me to do. Finally, one day he contacted me and said, "Oh, I've got it all shipped. It's heading your way." And then he turned around and said, "Oh, and by the way, I had a change of heart. There ain't really nothing that I need done. I just want to give this to you." Just blowed my mind. I mean, he tricked me. It was a good trick, though. Alright, guys, let's get this started. You guys are going to be amazed. We're going to start with the little stuff first. Oh, and he also wanted me to make him a battery protector case, and I did that, and I made about 15 of them to finally get one that had every little detail he wanted on it, and he was tickled with it. He heard me say the other day I needed some prop nuts, so he ordered pretty much everything Race Day Quads had, and they didn't have a whole bunch of just one color. They had a few of this, a few of that, a few of that, so he just got an assortment. I bet you there's 30 prop nuts in here. And then he got worried that these are going to be too tall and not locked down good enough, so he turned around, and I think he ordered a bunch of more like this from Amazon, the low profile ones. They hadn't arrived yet. And it come with a battery strap. So that was one thing. That, guys, believe it or not, that one thing right there is like 27 bucks, $27.50. Plus he had to pay the shipping. This hobby is just ridiculous. He heard me say the other day that I needed a lost model alarm. He got me one of those. Vifly Finder Mini. Y'all guys know what this is? He heard me say I needed an ESC for something I'm getting from Bo, a quad I'm getting for Bo, and I need to fix. I want to fix it, and I needed an ESC, and I didn't specify, and he had something, and he sent it, but it's a BL Heli S 40 amp ESC, and BL Heli S just doesn't do 3D very good for me. I have a lot of trouble with it. So but I told him I'd take it. You know, he already had it in a box, so I'm sure I'll use it for something. But I got another friend from Maddie's Drone World that's sending me a 55 ounce. I forget what it is now, but I'll review that in a day or two. So I got a good ESC coming. So that's pretty sweet. He sent me some regulators. 1, 2, 3, 4 regulators. And I bet you're wondering, what does Chris need regulators for? Well, you'll see. I don't know if he meant to send this or not, but I found it in the box. It's a nice battery checker. Really nice. I never seen one quite like that. I like it. It's a lot better than the little dinky thing I got. I got one of them little tiny ones you plug in and it don't, you know. Alright, now we're going to get to the good stuff, guys. First of all, we got this.
Welcome to OpenTX.
Jumper
0 volts.
Jumper T18, guys. Nice jumper T18. I mean, really nice. I am tickled with that. It's in a nice case. It's almost like brand new. Alright, he sent me a Beta 95. It's pretty dirty, but I believe he said it worked, and it's got a I believe it's a Vista unit in it, air unit in it. I believe that's what it is, a full-size Vista. So it's got a HD camera and a HD air unit. That alone's pretty darn expensive, and then the quad on top of that. This kind of quad though won't last me no time at all, and I'm sure I'll break it quick. But the air unit and all, it'll be good to go in one of my bigger quads, and that was the whole point of him sending something like this. I love this dude, guys. I've done tore it all to pieces and had to rebuild it twice. I've had part of this stuff for a day or two. I've been waiting on all the parts to get here before I made this video. This thing is a rocket. It's awesome. This is a Beetle. It's a 2.5 inch Beetle, and it's a sub 250 quad. And I had one 500 milliamp hour Lipo, and I've been charging that thing over and over and over and going and flying. This has got a full-size air unit in it, DJI air unit. It's got 1106 really high kV motors, and I got a whole bunch of these motors like new in there, guys. So and so does this. It has 1106 motors on it. So if I have any trouble with any of these motors, I got plenty. But like I say, I've been flying it. So when I got it, I was in such a hurry to go try this out because I've never flown an HD quad before. Well, I get out there and I didn't check nothing. Well, undoubtedly there was no Loctite used on it when it was built from the factory, and several of the motor screws come out. The nuts come off of the ESC. It's got a 2-stack in there. It's got one single board here and one single board in the back, and an air unit on top, and the ESC's in the back. And the darn nuts come off the ESC, and 3 of the bolts fell plumb out, and the other bolt was just barely hanging in there, and the ESC was flopping around, and it touched something, and it shorted one corner of the ESC out, and then it just come tumbling to the ground, and I was pretty high up, and when it hit the ground, it cracked one of the back arms, and it didn't break it, but it bent it kind of, you know, and delaminated it. So it did have prop guards under it, and he'd cut them off, and the prop guards were just as thick as the darn plate, or bottom plate was. So I thought, well, heck, he had another bottom plate in there, so I just took the arm guard pieces out, and I put a new bottom plate on it. So now it's double thick, so it should be really hard to break. I mean, it's really stiff now. It's like 4.5 millimeters, 5 millimeters thick now. And the ESC, I took it out, and luckily I had one in there, a small one. I had a Mamba Mini 25 amp ESC that I'd gotten from Birdman Mike one time for working on one of his quads, and it worked perfect in here. And so then I put new screws in the motors and Loctited everything in, and rebuilt it, and put the new yellow canopy on it. It had a black canopy on it. And then I went out and flew it today. I ripped this thing around, man, better than I ever have any quad. And I'll be darned, I forgot to put a memory card in the DVR, and I didn't get no footage. I got some footage of it already, but I got them saved as private. I didn't want to release those videos until I released this video. So, but this thing, guys, is amazing. I am so happy with it. I'm gonna really try to keep this going because it's a sub 250, and I can take it places and fly. And you're probably asking, those have air units in it. You don't have HD goggles, and you don't have an HD controller. How are you gonna fly HD? Check this out, guys. DJI goggles, and they got the AXI patch antennas already on them, dipole antennas on the top, and it works perfect. I get a little light leakage around the top here, but it's so much better than the goggles I've been using. And golly, I can't believe the difference, guys. Wait till you see the very first flight that I made wearing this stuff and all. I was blown away. It didn't even look real because I'm so used to all the static. I'm used to flying behind my house and barely being able to come out the other side because there's so much static I can't make out where I'm going. And with these, I can fly my whole property anywhere I want and never get any breakup at all. I mean, it just blows my mind. So this was awesome. I am loving these things. And he sent me a DJI controller. I fully charged it. Took me forever. This battery back here, it had run completely down, so far down that it wouldn't even show. It wouldn't even come on. And the only way to charge it, I reckon, is by USB. And I tried. I charged it for like 8 hours, and it never got over one light. So I took the battery out of the back of it. This battery here out of the back of it. And I don't know if you can tell it or not, but I cracked it open all the way around. Pulled it apart, and then I took my regular Lipo charger, and I charged each cell individually, just like you would a regular Lipo. And you can see now, it's still got a whole, it's still nearly plumb full. And that worked great. And I went on and made this 3D. I took the radio apart, and I got my stick spring loaded now for 3D, just like my other radio. If I want to use this radio here, I got 2 crash kits for both of those little quads. They both had a complete frame in them with motors and extra motors and just different things, canopies and TPU parts and different tops. I've already used the bottom plate frame out of this one. So, but it's 2 complete crash kits for those 2 little drones. He sent me this little bag here to put props in, and then in this little bag here there is a whole nother DJI air unit, brand new. He put this on a quad, And the quad he put it on, I reckon something happened to the flight controller, and he never could get it to work. So he said this unit here has never even been in the air, so it's brand spanking new. So that is awesome, Ike. Awesome. So now I've got 3 air units, or 2 air units, and 1 Vista unit. And I got these 2 little dipole antennas here that go with the air unit for this quad, for when you take it off of this quad and put it on something else. But I don't want to ever take it off this quad. As long as I can keep this quad going, I want to keep it, because I've been flying this thing here around, guys, just like a 5-inch, if not faster. This thing is blazing fast, and I can get really low to the ground with it, and I'm so much more confident hitting gaps. Alright, now we're getting into, oh, check this out, guys. He sent me a darn backpack, a FPV backpack. I mean, it's got all the places for the quads and stuff. When he sent it, it had all these quads strapped to it, and all this stuff was in the bag. I mean, it is nice. It's a Torvo. It's got compartments everywhere and zippers and places to hook things. It is nice, guys. I hadn't opened this yet. Alright, in here we got, oh, here they are. There's the other prop nuts, the skinny ones. So there's purple, blue, black, yellow, red, every color under the sun. There's a whole bunch of them. That's the low profile ones. Man, I won't never run out of prop nuts now. These are 2 6S Z batteries. These are the I think these are the graphene batteries. Yeah. Z high performance. 1300 milliamp hour Z batteries. 6S. Got 2 of them. Brand new. Alright. One last thing, guys. Oh. And it's full. He sent me a battery safe. Check it out, guys. A battery safe. It's got vents on the top. A rubber plug type thing here. And it's really thick. So if it catch on fire, look how it's made in there. Awesome. Alright, he said this little thing went in one of the radios, but just use a Lipo. Alright, he sent a 100C 6S 1100 milliamp hour black labeled Lipo, CNHL Lipo. There's another one just exactly like it. Here's a Tattoo 1300 milliamp hour R-line battery, 6S. All these are 6S right here, guys. Here's another one just like it. Here's a GoBat 1500 4S 100C. These batteries are like new, man. He said he had them on storage charge, so they should be in really good shape. Here's another one just like it, 1500 4S. Here is a 1300 3S Tattoo. Now we're getting into the ones for the smaller quads. Here's another 1300 Tattoo 3S. Here's a 850 4S GNB battery. Here's a 500 milliamp hour AT6 4S battery. Here's a Tattoo 850 3S battery. Here's a Tattoo 450 4S battery. This is a Z. This is a Z650 milliamp hour, 100C 4S Lipo. And here's another one just like it. And here's another one just like it. And let's see, here's another 1300 Tattoo 3S. Here's another 500 ADC 4S. Here's another one of those Z650 4S. Here's a Beta FPV 450 4S. Here's another Beta 450 4S. Here's a Beta 350 2S. And in this battery, I can't tell, he's got a Velcro on it, but he said this one goes into one of the radios. So that's about it, guys. If that wasn't enough, I'm sorry for you. Hell, that's a lot. This blowed my mind, guys. I figured all this up. I mean, if you ordered all this, I know a lot of this is used, but it's still in really good shape. But just like if you look these goggles up at today's prices, and this radio and these quads, you know, if you went out and bought them, I mean, you looking at between $2,500 and $3,000 for all this, counting up all these batteries and stuff. I mean, this is a lot of stuff here. Blowed my mind. And he give it all to me for free. That's why I want you guys to go and subscribe to him and get his numbers up. He's a nice guy. I can't thank you enough. I never thought I would see the day where I'd be able to fly HD, and to have 3 air units and goggles and radios and batteries, and I mean everything you've sent. Holy moly. I mean, a lot of this I wasn't even expecting, like this battery safe and this backpack. I wasn't expecting any of that. And guys, let me tell you how Ike is. He sent me these quads, and he sent them to me so I could take the air units out and put them into my 5-inch quads. But I told him, I said, brother, I used to fly 3 inches all the time, and I love small quads. This is a 2.5 inch. I said, they don't last me very long like these kind won't. This one might. But I said, if I can keep it going, I'll fly. I said, problem is I ain't got no batteries for it. I said, I can get some eventually. I said, if you've got one battery, I said, I've got one 500 battery here, a little small 500 milliamp hour battery, and I've been charging it over and over and over. I said, if you've got a spare one, send it for me. One battery turned into all these batteries in this Lipo case. I asked for one battery, but yet he gave me all this. You see what I mean? I mean, it just blows my mind. Which, I needed a lot of this. I shouldn't want for batteries for a long time. I shouldn't want for anything for a long time, hopefully, other than flight controllers and ESCs. I'm really hard on them, just like today when I blew the ESC on this one. But that really wasn't my fault. That was the factory's fault. They didn't tighten nothing up good or use Loctite or nothing. I can't believe they build stuff like that and don't use Loctite. But I got it back going, and this joker is awesome. But I really want to keep this one. Even if I break it to where I can't fix it no more, I want to get another 3-inch frame and try to build it back and keep a quad like this, because I want to keep a 250, a sub 250. So if I want to go down to the park and fly or something to get you guys different video besides of just here. I mean, I don't really care what the FAA says here, but if I'm going to go off and fly somewhere else, I mean, I don't want to run the risk of getting a ticket. I know, screw them, but still, I mean, hell, I can't even afford to buy a little battery right now. So you think I could afford a ticket? I can't take the risk. But with this, I can take it and say, screw you. All they can do is tell me to leave. You can't fly here. They can't say nothing about it if it weighs less than 250 grams. And when you see the video of me flying this, you're going to say, hell, that's a 5-inch he's flying. It's got to be. Alright, guys. Ike, brother, thank you so much. Thank you. And guys, like I say, Marty's FPV World, I think that's the name of it, or Maddie's FPV World is sending me some VTXs and cameras and a 55 amp ESC, BLA32 ESC, something Blitz, BLITZ Blitz VTX, not VTX, ESC, and my main man Bo there, he's sending me, I hope you guys are subscribed to him. He went on vacation the other day and he crashed his Demibot in the ocean. And so it burnt most of it, but the frame and the motors is still good. And it's got those expensive RCN Power 2207 motors on it. And so he's giving that to me for some work I'm going to do for him. So that'll be coming, so I'm going to build that. And that's one reason I needed that ESC and some other parts. Alright guys, this is it. I hope you enjoyed. Please go like and subscribe to Ike. And please like and share this video so other people can see it. And stay tuned. I'll be uploading some videos of this thing probably right after this, because I've already got a couple made. I've got one of me flying this where I got the GoPro sitting beside me looking at me as I'm sitting in the chair flying and I'm talking, because it's the first time I ever flew HD before. I figured everybody would kind of want to know my reaction of what I thought. And so when I start flying, though, I bring myself down small in the corner of the screen here, but you can still hear me talk and you can hear the quad in the background flying around. Okay guys, hey, have a good day.